Morning and happy Monday to everybody. I hope that you had a good night yesterday. Okay, here's the few things that you have to hand in today. It's not too much. First of all, the workbook pages, questions 4 and 5, those should be done. You can keep those with you. We're going to go over them during math. For math, you do need to submit the work that you had that was given by your partner, or that I gave you somebody else's work on Seesaw. So I would like you to go into that original document and then edit it so that you can fill in the part of the input-output table that they left blank for you to do. And then, so today that should be done by 8:30 because I'm going to give that back to you guys so you can see how the partner did on your work. And then the self-assessment for Forest Week should be done and into the folder by 8:30. So I will give people points on Class Dojo for those who have done both of those when we get to those classes. Okay, so here is our overall kind of look at the day. So morning message, first you need to submit the math and the self-assessment. You could keep working on MemBeam. I'm going to give points today for MemBeam as well. We're gonna do a couple dojo things today. And then new math lessons at 9, as always. Mindful Moment and ELA, I'm combining those today. And then Zoom, we're doing, I'll talk about this when we get to science, but 1 o'clock we have science, and then 2 o'clock we have ELA, because we do not have social studies today, okay? So here is a bit more of a look about each subject. Okay, so first of all, you need to submit your partner's questions on Seesaw by 8:30. Review of homework and new lesson today. You need your notebook, textbook, and a green pen. You also need your workbook. That's where our homework was from yesterday. For ELA, there's 2 parts to ELA today. First, we have our mindful moment, and then I'm going to talk about submitting the book report, what the expectations are for that, because our first round is happening today. And then we're going to be doing Zoom presentations starting at 2 o'clock. I will not be posting the code until 2 o'clock. Because let me see, sorry, I have to also say who is doing our presentations today. We have presentations. We have Ibrahim. Ibrahim and Daisy and Jordan and Mohammed, okay? So we're gonna go in that order as well, okay? And like I said, I'm going to post the code at 2 o'clock. I am not going to post it before 2 o'clock unless everyone is fully done with everything for science, because technically science, you have like an hour for that today. So I can't have 2 Zooms happening at the same time. So 2 o'clock for the presentations. And we might be having a special guest join us today, so you guys can stay tuned for who that is. Okay. And then, also for ELA, I'm not going to show the edits quite yet for the cookbook. There's still a couple that are happening. For social studies, there is no lesson today, because we had our lesson from yesterday on the chiefs. We know this is Tadadaho. He's the chairman of the Iroquois. And your question was to learn about, or to do a comparison of the other 3 groups, Ancient Athens and Alberta Provincial Government. That is due tomorrow on Seesaw, okay? For science, this is the big one from today. At 1 o'clock, we're doing a Zoom for Show What You Know, okay? The code for Zoom I will launch at 12:50 so that you can join on, okay? So for the Zoom for today and for science for today, I'll go over that more once we actually get to the Zoom. But basically, the rules are you are allowed to have your COIL notebook, okay? You're allowed to have your COIL notebook. So I guess if there's like other notes or anything that you wanted to have, then that's fine, because it's like technically open book. But it is independent. So that means that you cannot have help or assistance from anybody else, okay? So that's why we're doing a Zoom. It's partially for 2 reasons. Number 1, so that if you have questions on if you're not sure of what the questions are asking, or you don't get the way that something is, then you can ask me, okay, by putting up your hand. Everyone will be muted, and I'm going to say that I'm going to disable the ability to have your screen as like something weird. And I'm also going to disable the chats. So if you have a question, then you put your hand up. And then I will go to a private Zoom like breakout session with you, while either Miss like Gina Lee or Mr. Scott are kind of like with you guys in the other section. But you're not able to chat, so I think it'll be okay. And then the other reason is, so that I can tell that you are ready to go, and then I'm going to give you the show what you know. So it's not just going to be like a live thing for everybody. It's going to be given to people when you were in the Zoom at 1 o'clock. Okay? It's only 10 questions. It's fully multiple, actually it's 11 questions. The last one's kind of like a bonus. And then, it's all multiple choice. Okay? So I don't think it'll take us too long to do. I'm technically giving you an hour, but if it takes you more than it shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to do. So that's kind of the deal for that. And there's no social studies today. So that is it for today. I will see you at 9 o'clock for math.